Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Reality Roundup.
Oh, my microphone
Is
works
this thing
today?
on? Sorry about the audio last week. We are still trying to figure out our
We're
equipment.
still learning.
Yeah.
We're not audiophiles. We're learning at the same time as we're doing this. So we
hopefully
apologize.
It's better this week.
I hope you can hear me.
Well, let's start by talking about The Masked Singer.
Oh yeah, this show is getting so good now.
Because now they're getting down to like
The nitty,
all the
gritty.
singers. Like they're getting rid of
good ones.
Yeah. I mean like the actual they sing for their job.
Yeah, like actual professional singers.
So all the performances are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So last night.
Let me just start by saying, do you still feel that the cheetah is Seal?
100%. There is no doubt in my mind. The second he opened his mouth, the first time I heard him,
That's
I was
Seal.
like, that's Seal. That is Seal.
Okay.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, so we feel it's super obvious that that's Seal. And last night was the first night that I've heard them be like, hey, I think that could be Seal. Do you think they've known this whole time that that's probably Seal, but they were giving like BS guesses just to keep the show interesting?
Yes, absolutely.
Because it wouldn't be very exciting if
they pretty much admitted it.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't.
They pretty much admitted it.
It wouldn't be exciting if you knew who everyone was from the first episode.
Yeah, if everybody was like, that's Seal, that's Seal, that's Seal. All right, get him out of here. We don't need to. We know, so get out. That's why Dr. Ken keeps giving these ridiculous ass guesses.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's just having a good time.
And by the way, the guest judge was Joel McHale.
Love Joel.
I love Joel, but you know what? A little bit too much banter with Ken, and we need Triumph back.
What if it was Joel and Triumph?
No, just Triumph. He works alone. We don't need anyone to play off of him. We need the extra long pause. We need the surprise face. And we need the cigar falling out of his mouth.
They included that in the scenes from last week.
Genius. Robert
So
Smigel, I'll say it again. You are a genius.
Yep.
All right, so...
So, okay. Do you think the right person went home last night?
No.
Who do you think should have gone home?
I think Seal should have gone home.
Really? Okay, normally I would have agreed with you, but I felt like the deathmatch sing-off or whatever between Seal and Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
I feel like he really won that. Like, he was much more entertaining.
It's all song choice, though.
Yeah, but my question to you is...
Well, if you do it by that, yes, then I think Seal should have stayed, that was correct, but...
I feel like Patti was holding back in her sing-off song. Like, obviously...
Was she done?
She's capable of much more than what she did with Eye of the Tiger. So do you think she was like, I've had fun. I'm out of here. I've had enough.
The holidays are coming up. I got to start making my pies. I'm done with this.
Because even in her, exit song, her unmasked song, she was like, ooh.
She blew everybody away. Did
that crazy, whatever that was.
Yeah, so, the vocal glissando.
Yeah, so.
It was crazy.
I think maybe she was just over it. Were you surprised that it was Patti LaBelle?
Hell no. I knew that from the beginning.
That's another one where we were like, that's Patti LaBelle.
And the judges admitted it. They were like, the minute she opened her voice, her mouth and her voice came out, it was Patti LaBelle.
Yeah, I mean, some of the contestants have been trying to throw people off and, change their voices somewhat, but she was just like, nah, I'm just going to use my own voice.
I just wish Ken would stop guessing Bjork, because it's really getting tired. It's really getting tired.
I don't really care because I don't so much pay attention when they're guessing.
Oh.
Because I don't really care. But
do you feel like I can't think what is his name? The guy who's like deer in the headlights.
Guy who's deer in the headlights.
I can't think of his name.
For what?
The judge.
Robin Thicke?
Yeah, Robin Thicke. I couldn't think of his name. I just drew a blank. All I could think of was Black and White Stripes from that that song that he had that was really popular that he sung talked.
Lines.
Yeah. So, do you think he's living his best life now? He's like...
I think he's having a good time.
You know what? I'm on a freaking amazingly watched
Popular.
show.
Yeah,
and I get to talk for like 5 minutes and back up a Brinks truck with all the money I'm making from being on this show. And I don't even have to sing talk anymore.
It's pretty crazy.
He just seems like, hey, I'm having a great time. Like,
I mean, I would be too if I had that gig.
Like he's toking on those doobies in the commercial breaks.
All right, let's not assume anything.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was Patti LaBelle, and that's where we're at now. I'm not sure how many weeks are left of this show, but they still got quite a few people
I'm
left.
sure they're going to wrap it before Christmas.
Have you made any new guesses on the Flamingo or the Rottweiler? We're pretty convinced that the Rottweiler is Daughtry.
Yeah. The Flamingo, I'm not exactly positive that it's Candy Buress like we had thought it was.
I don't know.
I think it might be somebody younger.
Was that the one that people were saying was Adrienne Bailon?
Yeah,
whatever?
Bayon.
I guess I could see that. Yeah, I don't know, but I will say that the Flamingo has a chance to win this whole thing because her
She's really
performance
good.
last night was insane.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And she sang a Patti LaBelle song. How funny. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about Survivor.
All right, so Survivor is also getting down to the nitty-gritty.
I have something to say.
Uh-oh.
First of all, 2 people going home tonight. Cha-ching.
Yeah, I love the way they did this, by the
It was
way.
a really cool twist. We'll get to that. But secondly, I was kind of disappointed and shocked that there was like no discussion
About
of what
Dan?
happened last week. It's like they completely
Swept it
swept
under the
it
rug?
I don't know if it was a timing thing or what, but it was just really strange how nobody seemed to care what had gone down.
I feel like Dan has gone to confession and been absolved.
That's
and
what
I
it
don't
seems
like it.
And everybody's like, "Oh, Dan, you're wonderful. You're great." No.
No.
No. No. No. And
Unless-
not just Dan, the other people involved as well.
Yeah. Well, maybe they have forgiven, but they have not forgotten. Maybe it will resurface in the future of the season.
No, I could see them forgiving in real time, which a lot of them have been doing on Twitter and stuff,
Sure.
and apologizing, which is fine. But I'm just really, I feel like it was the elephant in the camp. I don't know.
You know
weird.
what?
It was weird to me.
I feel like it's not as bad in people's minds because it wasn't sexualized. It was just like creepy, like don't
That
touch
is
me.
sexualized, though.
But no genitals were.
It's still inappropriate, like, touching.
But it wasn't groping.
I don't know. With the whole cuddling thing,
I'm not-
that's a little gropey.
I'm not saying it wasn't wrong.
No. I get what you're saying.
I'm saying its level of wrongness was not as bad, and possibly he did have a self-awareness problem.
I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, I agree with you.
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
talk about what they did show.
All right. Well, they have come back from the tribal council, and Janet is now feeling like, I don't owe anybody shit. I am a free agent now. I'm going to vote how I want to vote. I'm going to align with who I want to align with. Screw everybody. I'm playing my own game.
She used her immunity idol last time.
Damn.
doesn't have that
Double
anymore.
damn.
I
That
know.
she was upset about that, especially since
She
it
didn't
was
need
not
it.
necessary.
Yeah.
So we start off by one of my worst fears, if I ever went on Survivor, and that is wild animals going in my mouth or on me while I'm asleep. And then I wake up and then there's a wild animal on me or in my mouth. And
Well,
that's what happened to Karishma.
Yeah, considering what animals are out there, I feel like she really lucked out with a mouse crawling on her.
Hello, have you ever heard of a little thing called hantavirus?
I thought you were going to say the plague, and I was going to say yes.
That too.
But, no, at least it wasn't like a freaking snake or something. That's my fear.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
Or a tarantula or a scorpion or some other bugs that they have there that we don't have here that we don't even know of. I'm sure there's plenty of them.
Oh, of course. So, yeah, she freaked out because there was a mouse on her. Everybody's like, don't act like you wouldn't freak out too, people. Come on. But
Well,
everybody was having a bad night.
I feel like this is the beginning. Well, not so much the beginning, but the beginning of them showing how disgusted everybody is with Karishma.
I mean, we've been seeing that all season. But now they're really piling on.
Remember the person who was having the violent night terror that time?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Didn't people say that was Nora? Or did I just
Was
make
that
that up?
Nora? Yeah, you might be right.
I might have just made that up.
Why aren't people disgusted by that?
Well, they did have that whole segment about Nora being annoying and complaining and whatever.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
presented that in a fun way. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
so-
people are also getting annoyed by Karishma because all she does is lay around the shelter. She doesn't get water. She doesn't tend the fire. She doesn't get food. She doesn't clean up. She
Yeah.
doesn't do anything. Cook.
I mean, they were also all in a bad mood because Elizabeth said it was one of the worst nights of her life with all that rain and everything.
She looked terrible.
You know what? I don't like to kick people when they're down, but after what Elizabeth did the week before with the whole dance situation,
Yeah.
you know what I have to say?
Karma.
Good. Enjoy your rain. No, I
Yeah.
don't wish her any ill or
No.
ill will, whatever.
But if she's uncomfortable, oh well.
Okay, so you had a rainy night. Take that. And
She said it was the
whatever.
worst night of her life.
That seems extreme.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway.
Honey, you have not seen some bad nights then.
Let's move on.
All right, so Karishma is pretty self-aware. She knows that she is a goat.
Oh, yeah.
But guess what? She's a goat with a freaking hidden immunity idol.
How did you feel about her finding that idol?
Fantastic.
It was pretty exciting. I want to see her actually do something with it. I hope this is a wake-up call for her and she's going to start making moves because I would hate to see her actually fulfill her goatness and just
Yeah.
go to the end and do nothing.
I loved when she was talking about how she thought she was going to be this jungle princess, whatever, before she came on the show, and then she was going to have all these relationships, with
Get along with everybody.
yeah, alliances and just conquer and rule.
Mm-hmm.
And here she is, the goat at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like what would happen to me.
Probably me too. And what am I saying? I would get medevaced out day 2.
Yeah. I can't drink this water. All right. So she was gone a long time too when she found that idol, and she
People were suspicious of her because they asked her to go get coconuts.
where were you?
Yeah, you only came back with 2 coconuts. You were gone for an hour.
And she was like a deer in the headlights.
She's like, oh, I don't feel good. I think
She played it up a little bit too
sick."
much though, because they were all too quick to volunteer to call the medic.
They're like, oh, wait, you don't feel good? There's a chance that we could get you out of here. Let's call the medic.
Yeah. She's like, no, it's okay. I feel better now.
Ooh, that was tense, too.
It was tense.
She called them out on it, and she was like, I know you guys, want to get rid of me or whatever, but
Yeah.
I don't need a medic.
All right, so let's talk about the immunity challenge because we have got a lot to unpack in this episode because it's a double tribal count cell.
Yeah, okay, but it all springs from this one immunity challenge. So there's a twist here.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be competing in 2 groups that were randomly drawn.
Right. So it is an endurance comp. You have to stand on a ever narrowing beam while spinning a ball in a hoop. Sounds like a bad dream.
It reminded me of some sort of weird embroidery hoop, and you've got this ball.
Yeah. From the museum village. All right. So one person wins from each group. So one person gets immunity out of each group, and one person goes home from each group.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And the last person standing out of everyone
Yeah.
is going to win PB&J for their group.
Right.
Whoa.
Another little twist, there is also 2 separate tribal councils, and the first group to go to tribal does not see the other tribal.
Yeah.
But the second group gets to also take into account who had gone home because they joined the jury immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty intense.
Yeah, so whoever gets the PB&J is going to the second tribal.
Right. So Missy, Tommy, Elaine, Liz, and Karishma were in the first group, and Dean, Dan, Lauren, Aaron, Nora, and Janet were in the second group. So I feel like it was pretty evenly matched.
Okay.
Because, you're graded constantly on how you can spin a ball in a hoop. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Well, you'll notice that the 2 groups, it was 5 and 6.
Right.
So the bigger group was the first one to be resolved. So
Right.
Nora ended up winning immunity from that group, and you'd think she would stay on there and try to win that PB&J.
Nope. She was just so happy that she won that she freaking got down and screwed her tribe. And everybody was like, hey, stupid. What'd you do?
They're
Now
like,
we don't get
"Hey,
peanut butter and jelly.
could have had PB&J." And she's like, "Oh, what? I forgot." That's so Nora.
Yeah. Now the second one came down to Missy and Elaine.
It was interesting to watch this challenge play out because everybody had different ball spinning techniques. Like some people were going really fast, some people were going slow and steady.
Yeah.
And
Missy was going fast.
yeah, Elaine was
And
going pretty slow. It's
she
really
was.
whatever works for you.
Who knew Elaine was so good at spinning a ball in a hoop?
She said this was a hillbilly game for her.
Okay. I can see that.
Wait, was it hillbilly or what was the word that she used?
I don't know.
What's that like honey boo boo word?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember now.
I don't know. So
Up here we say hillbilly, but I don't know.
do we? Redneck?
Yes. Redneck.
There
yes,
you go.
Same idea.
Sorry if that was really loud in the when you went.
me?
"Ah!" Yeah.
My grandma keeps telling me I'm too loud.
My mother told her to turn down her volume.
Like in life, not
Yeah.
on this.
Yes. All right. So the losing tribe is sent off to the old Lyro camp.
Did we mention that Elaine won?
I thought Elaine won.
Elaine won, and Missy was pretty pissed.
She was really pissed. She threw that hoop.
Ooh.
All right, so at the old Lyro camp is Aaron, Janet, Dan, Lauren, Nora, and Dean.
Did you say that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah. So
I did.
the tribe that lost, my brain is like shook from how loud I am. It's like the sound just bounces around in there.
I hope their brains aren't shook.
Hope not.
All right. So Nora and Aaron are immediately scheming.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have much time.
Well, this is wild because you can't talk to the other group before tribal.
Right.
So I'm really liking this twist. It's exciting. It's different. I think it's a lot of fun. But if I was there, I'd be crapping my pants.
Yeah. So they're like, hey, should we stick with the original plan of getting rid of Janet?
Yeah, because before they're like, okay, we're going to get rid of Janet or Karishma. And now they're thinking, whoa, we have the chance here to possibly get rid of both of them in
Right.
one shot.
Maybe we should take a bigger shot at somebody right here.
Well, Aaron wasn't saying that.
He wasn't saying that, but Nora was when she was talking to everyone else.
She was like, so like, are we getting rid of Aaron?
All right, well, Janet was definitely on board, as was everyone else.
What about Dean, though? I don't think he was on board.
Dean wasn't on board.
I don't know. At first, he was kind of thinking, well, I think I should get Janet out. But then, I don't know. He's wishy-washy. After what he did to Kelly, who knows what this guy is thinking?
Who knows what he's capable of?
Yeah.
All right, so at the other tribe,
People are still like, is it Karishma?
well, Missy wants to get rid of Tommy because he's not good for her game.
Right. I mean, he's a really big threat to win this whole thing.
He's kind of sneaky.
Yeah, and he's likable, so I don't know. She's thinking this is my chance to make a big move here.
So Missy is not the greatest person to talk to people because Karishma refused to talk to Missy because Missy was talking at her.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've seen in the past, Missy has been treating Karishma like crap.
Yeah.
Let's just put it out there. And Karishma is now in a position of power where she's going to have some say this week with what happens. So Missy is coming at her, talking at her, and Karishma's not going to put up with that. She's like, you know what? I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Ooh!
She walked away and then Missy came back later on and
She tried to do some fake-ass apology.
that was a fake ass apology. I wouldn't have gone for that.
Yeah.
So Elaine tells Karishma, let's get rid of Missy.
Yeah, because we've seen in the past, Elaine does not like how Missy operates. She's like, this person's going, this person's going, this person's going. Elaine is very threatened by that. So she now sees her chance. I'm going to take out Missy.
Right.
So she's telling Tommy, yo, Missy's trying to get rid of you, so I need you to get rid of her.
Yeah.
And she's trying to pull Karishma on board. So now Karishma finds herself right smack dab in the middle of these two plots.
She's the swing. All right, so it's time for the first tribal.
Oh, I also want to mention, too, I forgot to say this before, after the competition, the challenge, Nora had the wherewithal to ask Jeff, can I hug you?
Yeah.
Take notes, people. Anyway, it just popped into my head.
Yeah, but Elaine also hugged Jeff.
Ooh, she snuck in that kiss.
And kissed him as well, and they were all gushing about it afterwards.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why are we taking notes about Nora and Jeff? What, are they dating or something?
No, I'm saying, like, she asked before she touched him.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And Elaine did not ask for a kiss.
Well, I wasn't even calling out Elaine. I'm just saying, like, Dan.
Yeah.
Hello. Anyway.
Okay. Well, it's time for tribal, and Dan is now the spokesperson. Everything's going to go to plan.
Why? Oh, why? Why is Dan so, like, well incorporated back into the group right now?
Because even if nobody likes Dan or people want to get rid of Dan, they won't get rid of Dan because Dan is somebody that nobody's going to give the prize to in the end.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, how crappy is that going to be if he makes it all the way to the end and he gets one of the lesser prizes still?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. He's definitely not getting the Sia prize.
No. Okay, predictions right now. Who's getting the Sia prize? I could totally see Janet getting it.
I could see Janet getting it.
Possibly like Kelly or Jamal. I don't know.
I could also possibly see Elaine getting it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of contenders right now for that Sia prize.
I hope there is a Sia prize this season.
Of course there will be.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So, I don't know why Nora was like, Janet is my mommy and my friend.
Yeah, it was pretty funny though.
But anyway, it was another Giovanni. Another blindside for Aaron. And he was voted off.
Yeah, he was pretty shocked.
I think it was very shooketh for the other tribe when they came in because Aaron had to go right to the jury. They said, Jeff said, get the F out of here. We have another tribal council to do, and I've got to get back to Ponderosa because it might rain or whatever. So
I can see why they took Aaron out because he is such a huge threat in competitions. Who knows how many immunities he could potentially win if he were to stay.
I feel like he's pretty smug too.
Even that aside, just like the potential for him to win out.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, he's smug like, we're going to do it my way.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, so as the rest of the tribe was walking in, Elizabeth and Missy were pretty shocked because that was their dude. They're a tight little trio. And
That's
now,
right.
Whoa, their guy is gone.
So, Missy was accused of being a bully, which she was.
She was pretty mean to Karishma.
Yeah. And it's basically Missy versus Karishma. And Missy...
Well, I mean, voting-wise, it was really Missy versus Tommy.
Right.
But Karishma is in the middle of that.
Right. It's like when in first grade that I started the whole war in my school and then I had to move.
What?
It's a long story.
I don't remember that story.
Okay, well, I'll have to tell you that later, but...
Okay, cool. My mom's a bully.
I wasn't the bully.
Okay.
All right, so Missy decides that she is going to tell Jeff how disappointed she was.
Okay, yeah, so before the vote is even read, Missy's like, I have something to say.
Right.
She says, I love you, and she's talking to Jeff. She says, I love you, but 2 African Americans both won immunity last week. We're both safe, and I thought that you should have mentioned it. What?
But didn't he mention it last week when they both had,
I don't think he said
he didn't say
African Americans have won immunity.
All right. So we're obviously just two white girls. Mm-hmm. So we're not qualified to speak to this. So we want to ask you guys how you felt about her saying that.
Do you think that Jeff should have noted that verbally? I get what she's saying about representation, and I'm all for representation. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that seeing things on TV is one of the fastest ways to get things accepted in the real world.
Or on Twitter/Instagram or the internet.
But especially like TV, movies, any type of consumable entertainment like that. So I get what she's saying. But I don't know that it needed to be
sensationalized.
Announced? No, I get what Jeff was saying too with like, I don't feel, what am I trying to say here? That
didn't need to be pointed out? I don't know.
Because it would make it seem like it was something that wouldn't be expected. Like,
right. Why wouldn't it be expected?
Well, I also think that Survivor is a lot more progressive than some of the other reality
especially this
shows.
Season.
With like casting and everything, and
yeah,
I feel like there's still issues, of course, as we've seen a lot of people of color being voted out, but I think it is one of the more progressive ones. I don't know.
What would you say is the least progressive?
I mean, Bachelor, Big Brother.
Bachelor.
I don't know. There's a lot.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of work to do.
We do.
But again,
let us know because we don't know.
Think.
We don't know.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think.
Okay.
I thought it was interesting. This season has sparked a lot of really interesting discussions.
Jeff seemed to have been taken aback.
Yeah, but I think at the same time he was also like, I accept your point of view and I'm going to work on it.
Yeah. Okay. So the vote was done, and no idol was played, and Missy was voted out.
Ooh, and she was very surprised.
She was very upset, and she was angry.
Understandably, but Elizabeth also shocked because, whoa, her two closest allies were both voted out on the same night.
Yeah. So
she had some time before she left Tribal.
Yeah.
So she was talking to people, hugging people. Elaine was like, it was me. Because I don't understand why Missy was like, who did that?
Yeah.
Didn't you see the vote breakdown? I don't know. Maybe she was just so shocked in the moment that she, couldn't figure it out and really think about it. But she was having a hard time figuring it out.
I'm very surprised that Missy whispered to Elizabeth to kill Elaine slowly and methodically.
I mean, obviously she meant in the game, but still.
Yeah. That was intense.
It was intense. It was very intense.
So next time, I wrote down Goat Team, Lauren and Tommy.
I don't remember what that means, but it should be fun.
Yeah, if you guys want to add to that, go right ahead in the comments. We'd appreciate that. And that is it for Survivor this week.
Yeah. This season has been a wild ride.
To say the least.
Yeah. So anyway, let us know what you thought in the comments. All right, let's talk about Dancing with the Stars. I think we're going to do something a little bit different this time. We're not going to, pick apart every single dance because I feel like that gets a little bit tedious. So just come along for the ride.
All right, so it's the semifinals. That means it's the penultimate episode. Next week is the finale, and it's only one night. Thank you very much. We have been asking for this for years now. They've always done the finale in 2 nights.
Are you sure they didn't do one night last year or the year before?
I could be wrong, but I thought it was 2 nights.
I feel like they have done it before.
I don't think so.
I don't know. But anyway, as much as we love Dancing with the Stars, I just
don't
want
to
a ton of filler.
Repeat crap over and over. That doesn't matter. I just want the meat. I don't want the vegetables in this case.
Well, I just want the vegetables. I don't
Yeah, in life, but in terms of television shows, give me the meat.
Fake meat. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, this was a 2-dance night. Everybody was doing 2 dances. The first round was redemption round. So everybody had a judge mentor them.
Mm-hmm.
They picked one of their lower scoring dances that they wanted them to redo with a new song.
So let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 couples.
Len mentored 3 of them.
Yes.
And then Carrie Ann and Bruno each got to do 1. Do you think they did that because Len knows the most and they didn't want to give
Maybe
Bruno 2 and Carrie Ann only 1? You know what I mean?
Maybe it was a scheduling thing.
Could be. I don't know.
You know?
I don't know.
But Lauren and Gleb.
Let's talk about them first.
Yeah. Len was the mentor for them.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, redo this paso.
Yeah.
Okay. It was better.
Mm-hmm. I thought overall everybody improved.
It seemed like everybody got a 27 except for James for that round.
Yeah, I thought everybody
but Allie
improved
got a 29.
in general on their redo dances, but I felt like there were still issues there, and the judges were kind of ignoring them.
They were glazing over it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially with the pet celebrity, Allie.
Mm.
It seems like she really got way overscored this week.
I don't know.
Way overscored.
Well, I thought actually Lauren and Gleb got overscored. So we said they did their Paso Doble. I had similar problems with their Paso and their Viennese waltz. It just felt very stop and start.
Mm-hmm.
Like she would do
Wasn't
a move,
very fluid.
wait for him, do a move, wait for him. I think she really struggles out of hold.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just what I saw. So they ended up with a 54 for the night.
Yeah. I feel like this was a good week for Kel and Whitney for a change. I feel like Kel has been getting the short end of the stick all season.
Yeah.
And
this was really a breakthrough week for him.
It was. His mentor was Bruno for a tango.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruno really knows how to push his wiener out for those Spanish lines. So that was
That's
the
not
right
tango,
person.
though.
I know, but
You gotta tuck your bum in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but anyway, yeah. So
Tuck your
tango.
bum and push your wiener out.
No! Get a paso.
Yeah.
So I will say, I wish he would have bent his knees more. I've noticed this on the show with like a bunch of different people.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general, they're not bending their knees enough on that tango.
Yeah.
But first dance aside, whatever. His second dance was so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The second round was definitely like a emotional
Freestyle.
thing. No, like, I mean, it turned into like a song that was meaningful to them for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And it brought out a lot of emotions.
Well, there
especially
was
for Kel.
2 contemporary dances this week. That was a lot, I felt like. Because when this show started out, they didn't do contemporary, they didn't do jazz, they didn't do anything except ballroom and Latin.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're incorporating all these alternative ballroom dances that aren't really ballroom dances. But I thought this was really beautiful.
Okay, so there was a huge backstory behind this. So they were dancing to I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, which on its own is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we heard the story about how his friend was killed at 16 by gun violence, that was heartbreaking. And
it was.
They danced so beautifully together. The dance really told a story, and it was gorgeous.
Len led the standing ovation.
Mm-hmm.
Usually Len is like a freaking hemorrhoid. He just, you know what I mean? He's a real stick in the mud.
Yeah.
He doesn't go for these non-ballroom Latin dances. He does not want to see anything that doesn't belong in a ballroom, but he was so moved by this that he said, yes, I will be the first one to stand up, and now everyone in the place must stand up. There wasn't like a dry eye in the place.
Oh, no, I was sobbing. It was very, very touching.
And of course, they got us 30.
Timely, unfortunately, in this country. But I'm going to get super political because I know people don't like that. But yeah, they ended up with a perfect score for that, deservedly so, and a 57 overall for the night.
Yeah, so good for them. Now let's talk about Allie and Sasha.
Okay.
Overscored. Let me just preface with saying overscored. Len was the mentor for the Viennese waltz, and yes, it was better, but was it a 29? I don't think so. Do you?
Honestly, I do not remember well enough, like, what her score should have been. But I do remember their Charleston, which was a lot of fun. They danced to Sing, 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 Benny Goodman.
It was a lot of fun, but I felt like it was sloppy as hell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Her timing was off.
She's had timing issues throughout the competition, and I believe she even had a package where she said, like, I've had timing issues before when she was dancing with Fifth Harmony, and people have called her out on that. I think she's improved on it a lot, but it's
not
still
this
not
dance.
Completely there. But that dance had a lot of really fun choreography.
I feel like the show is really, really trying to keep her around to the finale because I feel like they're grooming her to win the finale.
Could be.
All right.
So they ended up with a 59 for the night.
Undeserved, in my opinion, but I don't matter. All right, so let's talk about Hannah and Alan.
Okay, their mentor was Carrie Ann, and there was some drama.
Hannah felt attacked by all of the judges, not just Carrie Ann, but she was also having a very bad day that day. And things were magnified, and she basically told Carrie Ann, I feel like you guys are all against me.
Yeah, and Carrie Ann got really
It's
emotional
very personal.
too, and she was like, I want to help you get better. I'm not your enemy here. I'm not your adversary. So there was a real big emotional exchange between the two of them. And
I love the song that they danced to, that Sam Smith.
Dancing with a Stranger.
Yeah, I
for their
love
rumba.
that. Loved it, but
Look what you made me do.
they worked on the hip action in the package, but the hip action was still wrong.
She had hip action, but from what I was seeing, it wasn't correct. But they were like, ooh, hip action. So
They just were happy to have any kind of hip action.
yeah, I kind of felt, I don't know, maybe I was seeing it wrong, but to me it looked like she was leading
No,
with
it-
her hip,
it
and you're supposed to have a delayed hip action.
Looked wrong to me as well.
I mean, I don't mean to be a nitpicky Len, but it's kind of important in a rumba.
Well, she got a 27 anyway, and I thought that was,
I thought that was fair.
yeah. So then the contemporary, she got a standing ovation.
This was gorgeous.
If it was so gorgeous, why'd she only get a 27?
I don't know, because I thought she should have had
I thought it was phenomenal. And even Len liked
They
it.
were dancing to that new Selena Gomez song, and she was talking about all of her struggles with The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, whatever. Which, who cares about that part? I mean,
Yeah, we know.
not to be insensitive, but the dance I loved.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan of the Bachelor series.
All right. Poor James this week
Oh my god.
and Emma.
Yeah. We said it was an emotional night.
All right, well, let's cut
This
right to the
was-
chase. His wife had a miscarriage on, I believe it was Saturday,
Yeah.
previous Saturday.
We actually found out later that her health was also put in
Yeah.
danger there. So it was like a really scary experience for his family, and he did still end up dancing, as we saw.
I'm really shocked in a way that he did because he lost a child.
I'm not going to judge him for that because
I'm not judging him. I'm just, I don't think that I would have. You know, like, well, if I was a guy and my wife had miscarried and she was pretty far along.
well, I think the grieving process is different for everyone.
True.
And personally, I know that I like to throw myself into work and things like that when I'm grieving.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him for doing that. His wife told him, I'm not done watching you dance yet. And I got to give him the
I'm not
largest
faulting
of props
him.
for going out there and doing
I'm
that.
not faulting him for doing it. I'm just surprised.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
So their mentor was Len.
right. He had a cha-cha to that Napoleon Dynamite canned heat, Jamiroquai.
Okay, so this dance was a lot of fun.
It was.
And we didn't know at this point what had happened earlier in the week with the miscarriage. So you could tell something was a little bit off here, I feel like, because his posture was kind of slumped over. It was still a really fun routine, but I was surprised that Emma did not tweak her choreography more to have more cha-cha content, because one of Len's complaints was that they didn't have enough content in their first cha-cha, and then they kind of just pulled out all these tricks again
Right.
in this one too. You know, they had the Cuban breaks and stuff, but
Yeah.
Other than that-
Was it a 24 though?
no,
I thought
that
the
was
judges
harsh.
were super
I thought
harsh.
that was harsh.
Super harsh.
Yeah.
because he put out the effort to still dance, I thought that they would have cut him a little bit of slack, but they did not. Mm-hmm. They were super harsh on him.
Yeah. Well, his second dance was the foxtrot. Take me to church. Hosier love.
Yeah.
And it was really emotional because
it was very emotional.
At that point, we knew what had happened. It was very, very sad. Mm-hmm. And the dance, again, it wasn't his best.
Right.
But it was still pretty good. Mm-hmm. It was still pretty good. And again, they only got a 27 for that one.
Right.
So they ended up with a total of 51. I could not take it when they showed his daughter in the audience crying.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It was very, very emotional.
It was. So now it's time to talk about the bottom two. And guess who was in the freaking bottom two? Well, obviously, James and Emma, which I'm shocked.
I was really surprised. Okay, obviously their scores were the lowest, so yeah, there's a good chance they're going to be in the bottom. But I thought that they would have gotten way more votes from America to keep them out. I don't know if maybe we just didn't get
enough time.
Story. Yeah, it was like too late.
Like if they had mentioned the miscarriage at the beginning of the show instead of at the end, would that have garnered more support for him?
No.
But no surprise here. Even after all of the extra padding on the scores and everything, unpopular in the bottom two, Allie and Sasha. Mm-hmm. So the judges unanimously decided to save Allie and Sasha.
I was really, really surprised.
I was as well.
That it was unanimous even.
Uh-huh.
I thought at least it would have been a split decision.
Right.
Because I wasn't really sure who should have stayed between the two of them.
Yeah. I kind of thought it would have been him because he had such a great season.
Yeah, I really don't know which way I would have voted if I was them.
But Allie was so guiltified.
She had survivor's guilt.
Yeah, that she begged him to take it and that she was going to bow out. And he's like, no, I'm not doing it.
There's no way he was going to accept that.
Who would accept that?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not faulting her for being like, I want you to stay. I think that was really sweet of her, but...
It was sweet, but you can say it like once. You don't have to like, you know what I mean? Like freak out about it. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was a nice gesture for her to do that, but then it just got out of hand, I felt like. And...
I don't know. The whole thing was just like really, really sad.
It was very draining emoji.
It just didn't feel right. I don't know. It felt wrong. Honestly, I thought Lauren was going to go this week.
Yeah.
I did not think that she was going to make it to the finals. No offense, but that's just who I thought was going to go.
Well, next week's the finale, and we actually thought Cher was supposed to be there this week.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Did we mishear? But Cher's there for the finale. Do you believe in life after love?
Yeah.
Do you?
Sure.
Okay, well, then you're going to really enjoy Cher next week.
Okay, so let us know your thoughts in the comments. All right, let's talk about...
100% delicious garbage.
Yay!
Below
I love
deck.
a hot steaming pile of garbage.
This is like special because it's season 7 and it's episode 7.
Yeah, and they just had BravoCon.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Below Deck team had such a good time.
Who do you think was more popular at BravoCon, Vanderpump or Below Deck?
I don't know.
I'm thinking like Below Deck.
I feel like those are the two big ones. I feel like Lisa and Captain Lee are like the king and queen of Bravo.
Done. All right. So you remember last week, Kate and Smashton kind of hooked up.
All right. Who's crazier when they're drunk? Smashton or Jezebob? Joao is alter
I'm going to go with Smashton.
Oh, my goodness.
What would you say?
Joao really grew up last season and, like, wasn't doing all that craziness like he used to.
I love Joao.
Yeah.
I think he's amazing.
But Smashton, I think he needs to get it together a little bit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. So it was kind of awkward.
Because Kate was like, I don't like you like that.
Don't put your tongue in my mouth anymore. I won't accept it. All right, so Tanner is starting to feel better. He got that anti-emetic shot last time, and he's able to keep food down, kind of.
That's nice. We don't need to hear all those puke and poop sounds anymore.
And remember when Courtney and Brian kind of lamely hooked up?
She doesn't know if she wants another kiss or she wants to run and hide in the laundry room.
I don't know, but everybody's after Courtney, so she...
There's a lot of going on here because Simone is now crushing on Tanner.
Oh, my God.
And Tanner's like, I don't know. It seems like he's not really into her, but like maybe because they're on the boat together, he will be. I don't know. He only has eyes for Aunt Kate.
Oh, I can't believe that Simone didn't even know how to properly open up a bottle of wine, and she's a yachty.
Yeah. Well, she said she doesn't really have that much experience with service.
Do they just keep her in the freaking laundry room forever?
I mean, I feel like laundry is an unpopular task, so when somebody says, I like laundry, people are like, yeah, okay, let's get you in there. So she kind of hasn't had the opportunity to do a ton of service.
I feel bad because I feel like she's kind of shy to be a yachty, and
she seems like a really nice person.
She does seem like an incredibly nice person, but when you go out on the deck and you got to ask people what they want, you can't just like stand there and ask, consider that they might just shout their orders at you.
This is not as good as it gets. I'll have the bacon and...
You have to say, look, can I get you another drink? I mean...
The whole thing that Kate was saying is like, we need to ask them if they want anything
they
else
don't ask
before they
you.
come to us.
Right.
Like, that's that level of service.
You have to anticipate what they're going to want.
Right. And this was going to be an especially difficult charter because it was full of old college...
dudes and dudettes, all single.
I guess it was some sort of
single.
Florida State
horny as hell.
Oh my God, Florida State reunion thing.
Great.
They're reliving their glory days.
That's not even the cool school.
No. The Gators.
It's just Florida State. Jello shots. Kingdom of the world. Ew. That's what they requested, Jello shots.
The gif of the Bratz doll comes to mind where she's like, ew.
Not that anything is wrong with Florida State.
No, just like the Jello shots and the being like, and the whole peaking during college and trying to constantly like relive that. Like,
I mean, she wasn't wrong when she said that, right?
No. I mean, I enjoyed college, but I'm not like pining to get back there.
So they wanted a college party. They wanted a pirate day where the crew has to talk to them in pirate.
Talk to me like a pirate.
Yeah. So Brian, I don't know how he did this, but he somehow managed to bump his knee. Did he like trip or something?
He knocked into something and it cut his knee, and it sounds like it's infected.
Yeah. And it's not doing so good.
Spreading.
It hurts.
Yeah.
So the main dude, who's really lame on the charter, has got it in for Simone.
He keeps hitting on her. He's like, let me see your ring size so I can, blah, blah, blah.
Ugh, that's the worst.
Yeah. I also want to mention, too, with Brian's knee, that's really bad because the deck crew is already down one member because Abby left.
Yeah.
So now...
she's internet getting married.
I mean, we're laughing about it, but she did end up marrying that guy.
Yeah. You know what? I only wish them the best.
Yeah. So that deck crew, not looking good at this point.
Well, Kevin's got his own problems. He's got trust issues with Kate.
Overstepping his bounds.
He doesn't trust Kate to serve the beach picnic. So he's got to freaking micro-ass manage the beach picnic. What chef serves the food on a yacht?
I know! Does he not realize? I feel like he's working with one of the best chief stews in the biz. Like, I feel like she's really got all of her ducks in a row.
Yeah.
And he's like,
even
I need
more
to
so
do this.
than Hannah.
Oh, way, like, no offense to Hannah, but I think Kate is a way better chief stew than Hannah.
The ultimate chief stew.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So,
Kevin, what are you doing, Mr. Dobson?
No. I love how he always calls himself Mr. Dobson. It's like in Pride and Prejudice when she's like, only call me Mrs. Darcy when you are...
totally infatuated with me and loving me, blah, blah, blah.
But for him, it's like, only
he loves himself.
Call yourself Mr. Dobson when you're extremely frustrated and angry with yourself.
All right. Well, Simone, you know this is a bad idea. It's like in school when you tell somebody that you like somebody, but you know damn well that they're going to tell that person. So that is the reason why you told them. It's not like you want to keep it a secret.
Don't tell him, but I like him.
I have the vapors for him. I have to, use my breathing to calm myself down when he's around because I just get so crazy.
Aw, it's kind of cute. But
it is kind of cute.
Of course, he did find out.
Of course.
And as we mentioned earlier, he's kind of like, I don't know. So it's sad.
Meanwhile, Brian's knee is getting worse and worse.
Oh no, they're gonna have to get a doctor.
Yeah, he could barely sleep. He was he was
very restless
all
night.
That sucks, bruh.
All right, well, Simone is trying to kind of like get to know Tanner a little bit better. They find themselves chatting alone.
Bad idea when you're supposed to be working and the guests are watching you and hearing exactly what you're saying, and so is Aunt Kate.
I couldn't even tell by the edit if she was supposed to be working or not, or if she was like on a break. But even if she was on a break, she's having this loud conversation. Everybody can hear her telling her life story to Tanner.
Yeah.
So Kate says that's a big no-no.
All right. Well, the lame charter, they had beer pong set up for them, a 2-story beer hose.
Yes, it's a beer bong, but we like to call it a
beer hose. It looked like a straight up hose.
Oh, it was making such a mess on the deck, too.
You don't drink from the hose, do we?
Were they drinking some freaking Natty Lights or something?
Oh. All right,
now that's college.
Ashton had to put a little kibosh on the fun because the freaking charter guests were trying to take the see-through kayak and drive it down the slide.
Are you joking right now?
Do you think that he stopped them because they would have gotten hurt or because they would have ripped the slide with the kayak?
It's a big problem on both fronts.
Yeah. So they were totally schwasty.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. I'm surprised they weren't like sticking their heads in the toilet.
Well, they didn't look too bad for Pirate Day. They woke up the next morning. They're like, okay, matey.
Kate had a freaking hook. Mr. Dobson had a tiny pirate hat.
I really enjoy his little quiet moments by himself. Or like, I don't know. He always has something funny to say, it seems like, when he's not like overstepping his bounds. So he seems like fun at times.
Kind of. I wouldn't want to work for him and I wouldn't date him.
Okay.
So as a friend, yeah, he's great.
Sure.
So Pirate Day is going pretty good, except that Kate's having a lot of trouble with that hook, but she's a team player.
She wants that tip.
She wants the tip.
And guess what? We've got some good news for the deck crew. Because
is it good?
Yeah, I don't know. We got a new deckhand coming, and Ashton's like, oh, can I see the CV?
But it's not a new deckhand, says Captain Lee. You've already seen it. It's Riley.
Oh my god!
Ah!
So this is gonna be nuts.
You know what Ashton doesn't say? I would die for Riley.
I love that part of Inside Out.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he knows Riley very well. They were on the same season together, and she brought a lot of drama with her last time. It's going to be wild.
I hope next week is not going to be an off week.
I know.
Because we got the kiss of death. We got the scenes for the season. They usually do that so that you hold on.
Yeah.
Because there's no show next week.
Like midway through the season or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just like a halfway thing and they're just trying to get everybody.
I really hope so because I have to see how this Riley thing pans out.
Oh no, maybe it's not new because it's like Thanksgiving week or something.
No, I think you're right.
No!
All right, so this is the highlights from the scenes for the season. And there was a lot, but we only have 2 written down here.
Well, let's just say the preview was insane. Riley will definitely be bringing more drama with her.
Yeah.
This is going to be wild. Hookups, fights, so much stuff.
Kate hopes the boat will sink. If Kate says that, it's got to be bad. It's got to be bad.
Oh my god.
And what the actual F is up with the 1-second shot of a cat wearing blue blocker glasses in a Snuggie?
I thought the cat was wearing like circular rose-colored glasses.
I thought they were blue.
Oh, I don't know. I may have just made it up in my head.
I thought they were blue.
But I loved it, and that cat was so cool. Where did they find that cat?
I don't know, but I need that cat. I really hope the cat's going to be on the charter, and it's not just like some rando cat that they... Yeah, townie. I hope it's a charter cat.
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
Let us know what you thought of the cat. And
so things are looking good for Below Deck for the rest of the season.
Yes, very good. And we hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Family and friends.
Is there going to be a podcast next week? We got to figure out.
I hope so, but it might be after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it probably won't be the same timing, but we'll figure something out.
It might be on Friday. It might be coming up on Friday instead of Thanksgiving because, like, we do have a family.
All right, so hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving.
We might not have friends, but we have a family.
I have friends.
I don't.
Let us know. Are we not friends?
We're family.
Okay. So when you're here, you're family. So leave your thoughts in the comments. And until next time,
much love.